Imagine this. You saved for 2 years for your dream trip. You already booked the flight. You told your whole family. Then you opened your email, and there it was. Your visa was denied. Or worse, your own government says you cannot go at all. For millions of Filipinos, this is not just a story. This is real life. Whether you are a tourist, an OFW, or someone visiting family abroad, some doors in this world are simply closed. Some countries are too dangerous. Some have strict visa rules that block Philippine passport holders. And some have both problems at the same time. So here's a simple question. If every country in the world were open to you, where would you go first? Tell us in the comments. Now, let us count down the 20 countries where Filipinos are not allowed or strongly advised not to visit in 2026. Let us start with number 20. Number 20, Belarus. Let us begin with a country many people overlook. Belarus, in Eastern Europe, may not sound alarming at first, but since its disputed presidential election in 2020, the situation has changed greatly. President Alexander Lukashenko tightened his grip on political power. The United States, the European Union, and many allies impose strong sanctions on Belarus. The DFA advises Filipinos to avoid travel there due to political instability. There is also a real risk of arbitrary detention for foreign nationals. And here's the thing. In 2021, Belarusian authorities forced an international flight to land just to arrest one journalist on board. That incident shocked people around the world. Visa access for Philippine passport holders is also extremely limited. Belarus is not a safe transit stop either. Moving on now to number 19. Number 19, Ukraine. Since Russia launched its full-scale invasion in February 2022, Ukraine has been under DFA Alert Level 4. Filipinos are advised not to travel there under any circumstances. Ukraine is in an active conflict area. Strikes have hit major cities, including Kyiv, Kharkiv, and Odessa. Before all of this began, thousands of Filipino students studied medicine and nursing in Ukrainian universities. Many had to flee suddenly in early 2022. The Philippine government organized repatriation efforts to bring them all home safely. As of 2026, the conflict is still ongoing. Areas near the Russian border have experienced the most intense fighting. This advisory remains one of the most urgent still in effect today. Next up is number 18, which brings a very different kind of difficulty. Number 18, Iran. Iran presents a unique kind of challenge for Filipino travelers. The DFA advises Filipinos to exercise a high degree of caution when considering a visit. An Alert Level 2 advisory is currently in effect. But here's the thing. The bigger barrier is actually practical. Philippine passport holders must apply for an Iranian visa well in advance. That process can be slow and very unpredictable. Since 2018, international sanctions have made banking in Iran nearly impossible for foreigners. Flying there also requires multiple connections through third countries. The situation inside Iran also became more tense after widespread protests erupted in 2022. For Filipinos, the combination of visa difficulty, financial restrictions, and political tension makes Iran a very challenging destination. Let us continue to number 17. Number 17, Venezuela. Venezuela may surprise you on this list. It's not a traditional conflict area, but it has experienced a deep economic and political decline over the past decade. Hyperinflation wiped out the value of its national currency. Basic goods like food and medicine became very scarce for ordinary people. The DFA advises Filipinos to avoid travel to Venezuela. The reasons include high crime rates, political instability, and very limited consular assistance. There's no Philippine embassy operating in Venezuela. If something goes wrong for a Filipino there, getting help is extremely difficult. Power outages and internet shutdowns are also common there. For Filipinos dreaming of South America, there are much safer options available. Number 16 is next. Number 16, Central African Republic. The Central African Republic, or CAR, is one of the least visited countries on Earth. It's also one of the most dangerous. Armed groups control large portions of the country outside its capital, Bangui. The DFA has placed CAR under Alert Level 4. There are no direct flights from the Philippines to this country. There's also no Philippine diplomatic mission there. Foreign armed forces have been operating in KAR since around 2018, adding more complexity to an already very difficult situation. For Filipino travelers, there's simply no practical way in. Even international aid workers operate under very strict security conditions inside the country. Moving up now to number 15, which involves a labor restriction that many OFW families know well. Number 15, Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is not fully closed to Filipinos, but one very important restriction is in place. Since 2011, the Philippine government has maintained a policy limiting the deployment of household service workers to Saudi Arabia. That policy was put in place after years of reported abuse cases involving Filipino domestic helpers. It is enforced by the Department of Migrant Workers. Saudi Arabia remains open for skilled workers and other job categories. But for household workers specifically, that restriction is still in effect in 2026. Many families depend on income from domestic work abroad, and we understand that. Please do not use unlicensed recruiters to get around this policy. The risks are far too high. Number 14 covers another important labor concern. Number 14, Kuwait. Kuwait has a complicated history with the Philippines. In 2018, the Philippine government imposed a full deployment restriction on all workers going to Kuwait. This followed a series of very serious cases involving Filipino domestic workers. The most heartbreaking was the case of Joanna Demifelis. Her remains were discovered inside a freezer in an abandoned apartment. That case prompted the government to act without delay. After lengthy negotiations, a bilateral labor agreement was reached. The deployment restriction was partially lifted afterward. However, household service workers still face strict requirements and very limited placement. As of 2026, the situation is closely monitored by the Department of Migrant Workers. Always check the latest official advisories before making any plans. Number 13 is up next. Number 13, Libya. Libya was once a place where many Filipinos found good work. That changed dramatically. The DFA has maintained a travel restriction for Philippine nationals in Libya since 2014. The country is classified under Alert Level 4, the highest warning level possible. Two rival governments have been competing for control for more than a decade now. Armed militia groups remain active across the country. There's no stable central authority in place. Many Filipinos who worked in Libya before the restriction was imposed still have family members asking about opportunities there. The answer from the DFA is clear: do not go. If you know someone considering it, please share this information with them. Coming up at number 12, we move to East Africa. Number 12, Somalia. Somalia has faced deep instability for several decades. The militant group Al-Shabaab continues to operate across large parts of the country. The DFA has Somalia listed under Alert Level 4. There's no Philippine diplomatic presence in the capital, Mogadishu. Foreign nationals in Somalia face serious security risks. Some Filipinos have served with United Nations agencies there, but those are highly specialized roles with serious security arrangements. For the average Filipino traveler or job seeker, Somalia is completely off limits. It is ranked among the world's most dangerous countries for more than 20 years. Number 11 brings us to a country that may surprise you. Number 11, Russia. Russia is not under a complete travel restriction for Filipinos, but visiting has become extremely difficult since 2022. Following international sanctions after the conflict in Ukraine, the Philippine peso cannot be easily exchanged inside Russia. Major payment systems including Visa and MasterCard stopped operating in Russia in March 2022. That means Filipino travelers may find themselves with no access to their own money while abroad. The DFA has issued an Alert Level 2 advisory for Russia. Airspace restrictions have also made direct flights nearly impossible to arrange. Some Filipinos have been caught in difficult situations due to transit complications. The combined financial and political barriers make Russia a very risky destination today. Number 10 is one of the most isolated countries on the entire planet. Number 10, North Korea. North Korea does not welcome visitors from most countries in the world. For Filipinos, obtaining a visa through normal channels is essentially impossible. The country is governed under very tight control. Foreign visitors are extremely rare and are closely monitored at all times. The DFA advises Filipinos to avoid all travel to North Korea. And here's something many people don't know. Even citizens of other countries who have visited North Korea before can face entry difficulties in other nations afterward. There are no direct flights from the Philippines to Pyongyang. No Philippine embassy exists inside North Korea. Heavy international sanctions also remain in place. There is simply no safe or practical pathway for a Filipino traveler to enter. Number 9 is next. Number 9, Sudan. Sudan has been in a state of civil conflict since April 2023. Fighting broke out between two major armed forces competing for national control. The situation spread rapidly across the country. Many hundreds of thousands of civilians were displaced in just the first few months alone. The DFA issued an Alert Level 4 advisory for Sudan shortly after the fighting began. Philippine embassy operations in the capital, Khartoum, were suspended. Filipinos who had active work contracts in Sudan were assisted through government repatriation efforts. Today, no new OFW deployment is permitted to Sudan. The humanitarian situation on the ground remains very serious. Number 8 brings us to a country that's not dangerous at all, just very hard to enter. Number 8, Bhutan. Now here's one of the most peaceful countries on this list. Bhutan is not a conflict area at all. In fact, it's known as one of the happiest and most serene nations in the world. But it's also one of the hardest places for Filipinos to visit. Bhutan charges all tourists a daily sustainable development fee. As of the latest available information, that fee is around $100 per night. All tourists must also book through a licensed Bhutanese tour operator. Independent travel is not permitted. Visa on arrival is not available for Philippine passport holders. The total cost for even a short visit adds up very quickly. For most Filipinos on a modest budget, Bhutan is simply out of reach. Number 7 takes us back to the Middle East. Number 7, Yemen. Yemen has experienced one of the most severe humanitarian crises of our time. A civil conflict began there in 2015 and has never fully ended. The DFA has maintained an Alert Level 4 advisory for Yemen for many years. The Department of Migrant Workers has also blocked the deployment of Filipino workers to Yemen. Some Filipinos were previously employed there as domestic workers. Bringing them home safely was a very difficult process for the government. The capital Sana'a and the port city of Hodeidah have both suffered serious damage. There's no functioning Philippine embassy inside Yemen today. The situation remains deeply unstable with no clear resolution in sight. Number 6 involves a country that's very close to the hearts of many Filipino families. Number 6, Myanmar. Myanmar has been under military rule since February 2021. The armed forces took power from the country's elected civilian government. Since then, armed conflict has spread across many regions. The DFA placed Myanmar under Alert Level 3, meaning Filipinos are advised to reconsider any travel plans. Certain border areas carry an even higher Alert Level 4 classification. Clashes between military forces and resistance groups continue to occur. Communications outages are frequent in affected regions. This is especially important for Filipino families with business ties to Myanmar. And here's a very serious warning. Some Filipinos have been lured into unlawful online operations based inside Myanmar. Please be extremely careful of any job offer that involves traveling to that country. Number 5 is a significant one. Number 5, Afghanistan. Afghanistan has been governed by the Taliban since August 2021. The previous internationally recognized government collapsed when United States forces completed their withdrawal. The DFA placed Afghanistan under Alert Level 4 immediately afterward. No commercial flights connect the Philippines and Afghanistan directly. There's no functioning Philippine diplomatic post in Kabul. The movement of foreign nationals inside the country is severely restricted. The rights and freedoms of women have been drastically reduced under the current government. OFW deployment to Afghanistan has not been permitted for many years. This is not a matter of visa complications or travel cost. It's a matter of basic personal safety that simply cannot be assured. Number 4 brings us to a country with deep historical ties to Filipino workers. Number 4, Iraq. Iraq holds a meaningful place in Philippine labor history. Many Filipinos worked there in the years before and during the Iraq conflict. Tragically, some lost their lives. The DFA has maintained a travel restriction for Philippine nationals in Iraq for many years. That restriction was originally put in place in the early 2000s. Certain areas like Baghdad and the Kurdish region of Erbil have seen some relative improvement over time. But the overall DFA advisory level for Iraq remains serious. Various armed factions continue to pose risks for foreign nationals in the country. OFW deployment to Iraq remains heavily limited by the government. Families with relatives hoping to find work there should consult the DFA directly before taking any step at all. Number 3 is one of the most closely watched situations in the world right now. Number 3. Israel and the Palestinian territories. This entry deserves careful and clear explanation. Israel has not officially blocked Filipino nationals from entering, but the DFA has issued an Alert Level 4 advisory for the Gaza Strip. The broader region of Israel carries an Alert Level 3 advisory as of 2026. Since the major outbreak of conflict in October 2023, the situation became extremely serious very quickly. Many Filipinos, particularly caregivers and domestic workers, were employed inside Israel at that time. The Philippine government organized repatriation flights beginning in late 2023 and continuing into 2024. Some Filipino workers chose to remain. As of 2026, the advisory level for Israel stays elevated. Any Filipino considering travel or employment there must register with the Philippine Embassy in Tel Aviv. Please follow all official guidance closely. Number 2 is just ahead. Number 2, Syria. Syria has been in a state of conflict since 2011. The situation has passed through many difficult phases over more than a decade. And here's what's important to know. As of late 2024, a significant shift in political control occurred in parts of the country. Regardless of those developments, the DFA advisory for Syria remains at Alert Level 4 in 2026. No Philippine embassy operates inside Syria. Before the conflict began, a number of Filipinos worked in Syria as household service workers. Bringing them home safely required major effort from the Philippine government. Rebuilding is underway in some areas, but the safety of foreign nationals still cannot be guaranteed. Syria remains on the DFA's highest risk list for very good reason. And now, we arrive at our number 1. Number 1, Haiti. Haiti is our number 1 for a very serious reason. In 2026, Haiti is facing one of the worst crises in its entire modern history. Armed gang activity has overtaken large parts of the capital, Port-au-Prince. Estimates from international monitoring groups suggest these armed groups now control the majority of the capital city. The Prime Minister stepped down in early 2024 as the situation continued to worsen. A multinational security mission led by Kenya was deployed to help restore order. Progress has been slow, and the situation remains deeply unstable. The DFA has placed Haiti under Alert Level 4. There are no direct flights from the Philippines to Haiti. There is no Philippine diplomatic post anywhere on the island. For a Filipino in trouble there, help is nearly impossible to reach in time. This is the country on our list where the danger is highest and the assistance available is lowest. Please stay informed and please stay safe. We've now reached the end of our countdown. 20 countries, some experiencing deep conflict, others simply too difficult or too costly to enter. But the message is the same for all of them. Your safety is worth more than any destination on this earth. The Philippine passport is still a strong and respected document. There are well over 100 countries that welcome Filipinos with open arms, visa-free or visa on arrival. The world has so much beauty still waiting for you. Do you remember the question we asked at the very beginning? If every country in the world were open to you, where would you go first? We still want to hear your answer. And don't forget our 2 trivia questions, the capital of Japan and the name of the current president of the Philippines. Just answer one in the comments below. If this video helped you or someone you love, please share it today. Give us a like, hit subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Salamat po. Travel safe, and God bless you always.